Hey, what's up, MO? Sorry about that. What's up, soccer fans out there around the world? This is the one, the only Mark Spencer, and I have been watching lots of football of late. Soccer, or football as they call it in Europe and the rest of the world. And in North America, we call it soccer. Whatever. Soccer reviews back, and hmm, there has been some teams that have surprised me in the Champions League. Atletico Bilbao, they beat up Manchester United 3-2 in actually in Madrid this past Thursday, yesterday actually. So today's Friday, but what a game! I mean, I saw a few of the highlights. I mean, unbelievable. Who would have thought the middos, the little guys, would come in and beat up one of the biggest teams on the planet in Manchester United in the Europa League? Amazing. And then Man City lost their game 1-0. SA20 pull off upset too. They won 1-0 last night. Actually, I watched the highlights on ESPN. UK basically, UK online type thing. So yeah, I saw some of the highlights on the site, and it was pretty cool. So as far as I'm concerned, folks, I mean we've seen a lot of cool things in Europe. Champions League, Europa League. I mean, even in the Champions League. I mean, AC Milan somehow survive, even though they lose 3-0. They get through on goals because they got 4 goals at the Emirates recently. So I think this is a positive move. So when I look at these teams, you never know. Anything can go any given day, any given time. So Arsenal's out of the Champions League. Um, we'll see who else gets knocked out next week in the Champions League. Who else lost? Let's take a look. Champions League. Okay, here it is. We're gonna take a look. Who got knocked out? Who survived? Okay. All right. Bayer Leverkusen lost to Barcelona. I mean, Messi set a record. Um, I mean, it's one of the greatest moments in European Champions League history in terms of Europa, the European Cup and the Champions League that merged into the Champions League. So Barcelona won 7-1. Messi had 4 goals. Just amazing what Messi can do. I mean, Messi. Let me tell you, Messi is one of those type of players that come once in a generation, and we're getting to see one of the top players in the world. You know, over the years, I've seen a lot of the great players: Maradona, Zidane, Michael Owen, Wayne Rooney, David Beckham. Some of the greatest talents: Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. These are great players. But Messi, he's proven to be one of the best to ever play. Well, he's not the best to ever play, but he's just one of those talented players that come once every 20, 30 years. And he's getting better and better. Every game he plays, he's playing with the love of the game, the little guy having fun, scoring big goals. And that's what it's all about. You know, I've done a lot of commentaries over the years on soccer review and in some of the games I've put on YouTube. FIFA 10, from FIFA 12 to FIFA 11. Actually, not FIFA 11, but FIFA 10, FIFA '07, no, FIFA 2007. I mean, I've done a lot of broadcasts over the years, and I gotta admit, I mean, Lionel Messi is just living proof that if you love the game, if you're willing to go that extra mile, I mean, anything is possible. Like I tell you, folks, I've seen a lot of games over the years, but you know, Lionel Messi, for me, he really surprised me. You know, he stepped up his game and he showed to the world that he is the man. He makes it happen time and time again. As if it's in charity, is it for the fans signing autographs, you name it. He loves the game. And he scored a few goals for his national team recently in a friendly. I think Lionel Messi is really on form. He is focused. He's ready to roll. There's no doubt in my mind. I think he's back in business. He had some injury problems late last year, but he came back from the injuries. Now his team's 7 points back of Real Madrid in the Liga. They just got to keep it going. They're doing good in the Champions League by destroying Bayer Leverkusen. I don't have to Leverkusen. They just didn't show up. They just didn't have the confidence. They didn't have the belief to come into that game, play with confidence, Michael Ballack is not the same player he once used to be. He let me down. I thought Bayer Leverkusen could pull off an upset here, but they didn't. But you know what team that did pull off an upset? Apoel. Apoel, of all teams, pull up one of the big upsets on Olympique Lyon of France. They beat them 1-0 via aggregate because the first game was 0-0, and they got the away's goal rule in the game at home against Lyon. It's amazing what they've done. Apoel come out of nowhere from Cyprus, a team from Cyprus, and they've proven that they are for real. And in the end, sometimes you don't have to be the highest paid team in the world to win these games. Sometimes you have to believe you can make a difference. And that's what this Apoel team showed. You don't have to have the biggest payroll. You don't have to be a Chelsea, a Manchester City, a Real Madrid, AC Milan, or Inter Milan, or a Bayern Munich to go far in this competition. You just got to be a good team. It takes a team to win championships. And I got a few words about Andre Villas-Boas getting sacked. I'm very sad to see him get sacked. He's a very good young manager. I didn't approve of this sacking by Roman Abramovich, but I guess if you lose to West Brom 1-0 in the Premier League and you're still struggling, team's not turning around, I think Roman had no choice. So he goes to Di Matteo as a temporary replacement. Rumors are cooking that manager of Barcelona at the end of the year could be the next manager of Chelsea, Guardiola, one of the great managers in the world. There is still talk of Rafa Benitez being the next manager of Chelsea. There's still talk, what I've heard from ESPN.com, TalkSport in the UK, and a few other sources I've been looking into, that Rafa Benitez still is interested in the position and he's ready to go. At any time, if Roman gives him a call, he can do short season, he can do long term, it doesn't matter. He really wants to coach in the Premier League again. I hear rumors of Jose Mourinho want to get back into England and coaching again after this season with Real Madrid. But, you know, Real Madrid's doing so good right now. I just can't see Real Madrid letting him go. But you never know. There's been a lot of talk there. There's some player movements going to probably happen this summer. We'll just have to see what happens. But Euro 2012, folks, I mean, that's one thing I want to talk about. I think it's going to be a great show. I believe both Poland and Ukraine are going to put on a heck of a show for the world. And you never know. Poland and Ukraine, they all have a shot. I mean, the favorites being Spain, I don't think they're as good as they were before. Torres is not on form. He's really struggled this year and last year. But they got some new young talent that's come in and scored some big goals as Waldo and some other players like Xavi and no David Villa. He's out for the tournament. He broke his medial clavicle, I guess MCL. So we'll see what happens. England looked good, even though Fabio Capello has resigned. That's not good. We'll just have to see what Stuart Pearce can do. I think the English players are motivated. I feel Frank Lampard is going to come in there, do his best, come off the bench, I guess. Steven Gerrard still starting, still getting the job done. Wayne Rooney looks good. Rio Ferdinand, I meant to say, he's going to be there. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, y'all, it's going to be an interesting tournament. Euro has a lot of favorites like Italy. I like the Dutch. I think they could pull off the big win, maybe. They have a shot. I like England. I like Germany. I like the host, Ukraine. I mean, if Andriy Shevchenko's in it, they have a good shot. Anything's possible. A game's not won on paper. It's like the old pundit would say. It's up to you, mates. Remember, keep watching these games, folks. I mean, this weekend's a lot of big games across Europe. Bundesliga's getting interested. How about Borussia Mönchengladbach? I mean, I saw a few highlights of some of their games this year. They've come from nowhere and got up to the top of the table to join Bayern Munich and teams like Teams like Borussia Dortmund and all your normal big name teams there like Werder Bremen and et cetera, et cetera. So far as I'm concerned, you're seeing a new type of league in the Bundesliga. You see it in the Premier League with Newcastle United coming in, doing some damage. Arsenal just hanging in there. Liverpool making a run at the title. Tottenham falling short yet again. Manchester United chasing Manchester City. Used to be Manchester City chasing Manchester United. Same thing for Chelsea. They're still chasing to finish for Europe next year. And some teams at the very bottom. You look at Norwich City. You look at Aston Villa fighting for their lives. Sunderland, they're in mid-table. They're still trying to fight for their lives. So, you got your teams there. You look at Serie A. You look at AC Milan and Juventus. Um, they're both fighting to win the title. Inter Milan still around. They're not near the top. They're around 6 or something like that. You have Roma. You have Lazio. You have Napoli. And then you got Palermo and Udinese. They're all in the hunt for the title chase. I think it's gonna be close near the end of the season here. I saw a game last week. It was pretty interesting. You never know. We'll see what happens, folks. Thanks for watching, y'all. I mean,